More and more folks are identifying AI as the reason for job loss. We are seeing that in quarterly reviews this quarter. We have seen companies like Salesforce, Amazon, and others say that AI is going to eliminate tens, if not hundreds of thousands of jobs. We have seen AI, according to Goldman Sachs, particularly hurt entry level positions in coding and customer service. But you know what, folks? A lot of people are looking at this as an opportunity to start their own thing. Employees are becoming entrepreneurs. Bo, I know you have some stats and some metrics, but this is exactly what I thought would happen as AI matured over the next several years and decade, is we'd see more and more people take their future into their own hands. What say you?
All right, so this is a Biz Buy Sell Insight report I was reading. There's definitely a shift happening in the small marketplace. Corporate professionals are leaving traditional employment in record numbers. Businesses for sale in Q3 of 2025 jumped 8% year over year, totaling 2,600 closed deals worth $2.13 billion. The service and retail sectors led the surge, with transactions up 11% and 14% respectively. Medium sales price declined 2% year over year to $320,044, reflecting margin compression rather than buying power. Deals are closing faster than ever. Medium time on market dropped to 149 days, the quickest since 2017.
Wow.
40% of buyers now identify as corporate refugees, professionals leaving corporate jobs for business ownerships. Buyer confidence remains strong at 52, with 77% confident that they can find a business at a fair price today. 55% of small business owners report using AI primarily in marketing, analytics, and customer service, with 76% seeing measurable performance gains.
Yeah, this is undoubtedly coming in, and I've had a long held belief that our conversations are really going to help people, because again, I'm very familiar with tech. Obviously, now being in Vegas, a lot of entrepreneurs are around me, and I could just see that there's going to be a lot of people in tech and really other careers that say, you know what, my job is safe today, but I have no idea about tomorrow, and they're going to want a plan B. Some of them are going to do kind of the, give me a vending machine and let me kind of taste it. But others are going to be like, I have a passion, right? We talked last week, I think, about nurses. And, I've known plenty of nurses that hate the nursing profession. And they're going to look at, hey, how can I, help folks? There's going to be people in the real estate industry that are like, hey, my business is slow right now, but how can I create other income streams? I think there's just going to be more and more people that realize being the corporate slave is not a long-term success. And I think more and more people need to reach out to you, take those Oracle, and figure out where they should go. But these numbers from Biz Buy Sell are frankly not that shocking, and I think will only get better as the next several years go by.
Yeah, I mean, having hundreds and hundreds of conversations every year, it's a similar conversation. It's usually somebody that's like, look, maybe they most of the people I'm talking to are W-2. They're not yet.
For sure.
They usually own some real estate. They're doing some investing, but they're not getting the results right now. They know it's a long-term game, but they're now thinking, well, I don't have any growth in my job. Like yesterday, I was talking to a software engineer, and he's like, well, I'm like, he lives in Long Beach, California. He's an ORAC guy. He's like, I have no growth, and I live in a high cost market. He had one rental property. His wife worked, and he's like, I'm not ready. I can't transition. He liked the idea of vending, so I presented the webinar on vending, and I think he's scheduled again to talk to me tomorrow. So the point is like you were talking about, Zuber, is like, let's chart out a path of like options and just explore options at this time. Know what your options are. Look around, and I mean, anybody can do this. There's like, I think I talked to you about the guy that I helped, and he bought a $10 million business at 29 years old. And that's going to, $4 million of cash flow per year. And it comes through his pocket, right?
Life changing.
Now that's a home run. Like, you're not going to see that. That's like, buying a flip like at 40 cents on the dollar. Like you're not going to find those that often.
It happens, but not very
Right.
often. Yeah.
But what's realistic for you and your skill sets at this time? Let's develop our skill sets. I think there's tremendous opportunity. And the stats are not lying. You're seeing there's a couple guys in my mastermind groups that have like big groups that they run where they're getting a lot of corporate people are like, look, a lot of these guys are paid really well W-2, but they're like, look, there's got to be a better way. And it's not just about the money. I think it's about the legacy. It's about like charting your own destiny. And now with technology and things that like, if you really are paying attention today, you can have an online presence in a day. And I mean, it's truly an amazing time. I don't think there's been a better time ever in the history to create financial freedom. And if you don't work on it, you're not going to get there. So I'm always trying to work on it. I'm always getting better at my craft and learning and doing things. So yeah, I would go to onerentalmeeting.com, schedule a call. Let's just have a conversation and see where that leads us. Let's get you to do the business assessment. Even if you're not ready today, I think it's good for you to start thinking about it, right? Think about what can be, and there's a lot that can be done. And you can leverage SBA financing as soon as the government opens back up. You can leverage SBA financing to get you into a business. And there's no better financing besides SBA financing out there for any type of business. And even if you want to stay in the real estate realm, which many of us do, you can own self-storage. You can own RV parks and utilize SBA in conjunction. You can own small boutique motels, things like that. So educate yourself. I was talking to another couple yesterday. One of my friends he spoke at our expo, Jordan, he had referred them to me, and they want to buy a laundromat. I said, great. Laundromats are amazing business. You got to find one that cash flows to get SBA financing, which is the challenge on laundromats. But those are great businesses. Like there's lots of opportunities out there. So pick a lane, do your homework, and take One Rental's concept of do the work, build your buy box. It's the same principles. It's exact same principles. Mike knew the zip code. He wanted to do a 3 or 4 bedroom house, X amount of square feet in this zip code. And he looked at it so many times, he knows exactly when one comes over that he's like, I don't even have to go walk the property. Let's make an offer. So we want to get that good at the business side.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things there. I just want to hit a second time. One is you should reach out to onerentalmeeting.com just to take the Zoracle, the business assessment, figure out what's right for you, right? You may have an opinion, but maybe there's something else. And if you don't know, you don't know. I mean, I heard Alex Hormozy, I think, say the biggest cost is ignorance, right? It's an ignorance tax. So don't be that person, right? Reach out to Bo. It's a 15-minute conversation. Take the Zoracle. And no, right? Don't assume. That's dangerous. This doesn't cost you a penny except some time, right? So again, don't pay that ignorance tax. Figure out where you're at. And then the last thing is a lot of folks like the one rental at a time strategy, but live in a high cost area like the individual in Long Beach. They got one, but it takes a long time to get two. The triangle method, right? Your book, right? Feature your book, right? That you wrote with Tom Reelwright. I mean, there's a lot with the triangle method that if you can put together, you can kind of create this vortex and just accelerate the growth. So again, hit the triangle, hit your book on Amazon.
Yeah, and look, we're rolling into 2026. Yeah. There's never been like right now. You can turn on the news and you can be like, and I was at a family dinner the other day, and we're all talking about the news and the economy and it's like negative Nilly, right? And it's like, well, look, we need to know what's going on in the world and what's going on with the politics and all that stuff, but we got to put that to the side. Because right now, when everybody's worried about what's going on, that's when the opportunities, not as many people are looking at deals, everybody's just like, well, what do I do? What do I do? And people are scared about losing their jobs. So like before you get to the point where you're getting fired and you're getting let go, you already have built something that's like you've got side money coming in, right? If you don't have side money coming in, you're missing the boat. Just go on in any smart CPA and just, what are the advantages of owning a business, right? Like this cell phone you pay for is now a business expense, right? Because you're using it for your business. So you can take personal expenses that become business uses and convert those expenses. So it does make a lot of sense. A lot of people are getting worried though. A lot of people are getting worried about the economy. And I think, look, life is going to go on. Like, don't be worried about it. You know, there's certain things that people need, and they're going to always need those things. Unless we get bombed and we're not here
Mhm.
anymore, the economy is going to go on and on and on forever. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I would just be ready, you know,
You got to be
take
making
take the
moves. I
plug.
mean, one of the things I've learned about millionaires and people building wealth is they're making moves constantly. They don't stick their head in the ground. And that's why I'm so harsh on doomers. I think doomers' whole job is to crush hope. If you don't have hope, you don't have anything. Right? I've done a presentation I'm really proud of talking about building wealth, and it starts with belief. You got to believe it's possible. If you don't believe it's possible, then I can't help you. And more importantly, I won't help you. But if you believe it's possible and you just want to get going and take some easy steps, I'm here for you. I'm all in to help you. But if you've bought into these doomers and you've lost your hope, dude, I can't help you. I just can't. I'm not going to help you. I won't waste my time.
And also, I think we got to learn how to think bigger. I think a lot of us
Mhm.
don't know how to think big. We always go like, well, if I could just
Yeah.
get one more, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we need to just get one more, but we also need to have the vision to say, look, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to do 14,000 videos. I'm going to get 70,000 subscribers and I'm going to keep going until I get 200,000 subscribers. And I'm going to keep going after that. If you
Mm.
don't think you can do it, like you just have to like be determined to do anything. And like, I always have like limiting beliefs, like thinking small. I'm like, well, why am I thinking small? There's no reason I can't think big. As long as I
Yeah.
stay consistent, I can hit those goals. So
Yeah.
I would encourage people to think a lot bigger than they do, and don't get caught up in the mindset that you can't do something. Because look, the world is your oyster. You can
Yeah.
learn pretty much anything. You go on YouTube, you can learn about investing in real estate on this channel right here, and you can, you know, you don't have to do anything else except plug in and learn the basics here, and you could be successful, right? Obviously, you
Yep.
can join a school group and get even learn faster, but the point is like there's no reason not to be doing things today.
Yep.
And I'm very determined on doing that. Like I want to get better at YouTube and creating content. So I just hired a coach, right? And so
Nice.
my goal is to my YouTube channel's been stagnant, right? And I'm like, okay, well my content must suck. So I need to do something, right? So what do? I go find somebody that's better than me and I pay them for their time and I get
Yeah.
mentored or whatever. So figure that out for yourself, what you want to do and just get better at it one day
Yeah.
one day at a
Folks, at
time.
the end of the day, if you're watching my channel, we'll close this up. Don't pay an ignorance tax. What this means for the conversation is reach out to onerealmeeting.com right there on the screen. Reach out to Bo, reach out to him for 15 minutes, get the Zoracle, figure out what's right for you, figure out what the plan is. Maybe it's a plan B, maybe it's vending, maybe it's something else, but do not pay the ignorance tax. Get your call scheduled. Bo, you're amazing. Take care.
Thank you.